The Finance, Diversity, and Equity, and Inclusion Committee is called to order. Madam Clerk, call the roll. Present.
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 Thank you, Madam Clerk. We're going to start with utilities. Come up. Okay, ordinance number 1219-2025 by Council Members Casey and Griffin by departmental request, an emergency ordinance determining the method of making the public improvement of constructing and installing replacement sewers and repairing and my God, this is long. Rehabilitating, sorry, it's just my Spanish kicks in, existing sewers and sewer connections, relining sewers and constructing and repairing catch basins and manholes at various locations throughout the city on an as-needed basis, and authorizing the Director of Public Utilities to enter into one or more public improvement requirements, contracts for the making of the improvements, and authorizing gifts, grants, or loans for a term of 1 or 2 years. Director.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. This is what we refer to as our contract assistance legislation for the Division of Water Pollution Control. Typically results in 4 distinct contracts that are publicly procured for construction and installing replacement sewers and repairing rehabilitation of existing, which is our emergency sewer repair contract, rehabilitating and relining sewers, approximately $2 million per year, rehabilitating and repairing sewer connections, $500,000 per year, and constructing and repairing catch basins and manholes, approximately $500,000 per year. Due to the timing of these 4 contracts, we do have one of them that is expiring in January of 2026, but we are going to work towards getting all 4 awarded and expiring in approximately the same time. As you'll notice in the executive summary, one of them doesn't expire until May of 2027. So that was just a timing kind of lapse on our part. We are going to try to get those more aligned. But this is a standard biennial request for us to go out and get these contract assistance and for an as-needed basis, and also for emergency sewer repairs.
Thank you. Councilman Casey, this is heard in utilities.
Duly vetted and recommended for passage.
Any other questions from my colleagues?
So move.
Thank you. We move on to the next. Okay, ordinance number 1220-2025. An emergency ordinance determining the method of making the public improvement of constructing the East 185th Street, East 68th Street, East 113th Street, East 151st Street, Shore Acres Drive, Chatfield Avenue, Melgrave Avenue, and Grimsby Avenue, Sobieski Avenue, and area sewer replacement and improving projects, authorizing Director of Public Utilities to enter into one or more public improvements contracts, authorizing the Director to employ one or more professional consultants necessary to design the improvement, and authorizing the Director to apply for and accept any loans or grants from any public or private entity. Director?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This ordinance does give us the authority to proceed on the capital sewer replacement programs for the Division of Water Pollution Control, as outlined in the 5-year capital plan that we regularly share and was requested and should be on its way to you from the Utilities Committee. The division does identify these projects based on a number of criteria, and then we come and get the requisite legislative authority to then proceed with its design and construction. The funds associated with these projects are from any available, but primarily from bond proceeds. The division did go out within the last 18 months and did borrow those funds, so we do need to get them identified to a project and spent in a timely manner, and this is our effort to continue in that regard.
Thank you, Director. How do you say that street? The Sobieski?
Sobieski.
Sobieski. Okay, Avenue. Councilman
Irish.
Casey?
It was
Irish.
duly vetted and recommended for passage.
Any
So
questions
moved.
from my colleagues?
So moved.
Okay,
I do have a question.
thank you. Oh, okay, Councilman Slife?
Through the chair to the commissioner, as you know, there's been some localized flooding issues in Ward 17 around some of these streets. I would presume and hope that this resolves some of that because Melgrave Avenue was paved not too long ago. So hopefully this is controlling for the flooding issue, and therefore I think would be really beneficial.
Through the chair to the council, yes. That will alleviate some of the flooding issues that have been going on.
All right,
Yes.
thank you.
There's no,
No objections, okay. Any other questions?
So move.
Okay. Ordinance number, here we go, 12/20/2025, without objection, so approved. Please sign. Is there another one? Okay. And 12/19/2025, also approved without any objections. Please sign. Here's that one. Here's that one. There we go. I don't know where this one's at. Okay. Now we got finance. Are you up here for?
Yeah, with Director
Okay.
Barrett.
Okay, next up, we have ordinance number 1210-2025 by Council Members Griffin. An emergency ordinance amending Section 6 of ordinance number 29-16, passed January 25th, 2016, entitled "An Emergency Ordinance Authorizing the Issuance and Sale of Water Pollution Control Revenue Bonds of the City for the Purpose of Paying Costs of Improvement to the Water Pollution Control System, Authorizing a Master Trust Agreement to Secure Water Pollution Control Revenue Bonds of the City, Authorizing and Approving Related Matters, and Declaring an Emergency. The WPC General Bond Ordinance to provide for the issuance of subordinated indebtedness for the purpose of refunding any outstanding bonds or any outstanding subordinated indebtedness, authorizing a third supplement, trust agreement, other agreements, documents, and actions related to amendments of WPC General Bond Ordinance, and authorizing and improving related matters. Director?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. So the Division of Water Pollution Control in this ordinance is seeking to amend the previously approved bond ordinance from 2016 due to a change in refunding opportunities through the OWDA. When the legislation was originally presented and passed by council, this opportunity didn't exist. So we're looking for an amendment to that authorizing legislation for us to participate in this new refunding market to realize a significant savings to our customers. And Director Barrett's here for the numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, so through the chair to the committee, not to spoil the review of 12/11/2025, but this applies to that and gives us permission to enter into that agreement for the refunding, which would save us $4.3 million if approved over 20 years, and the total interest cost would be 3.2%. So we're really getting beneficial terms by going this direction. This bill 1210/2025 allows us to change the code to enter into the loan, the agreement, and then 1211, which is coming up next, is more specific in refunding the 2016 bonds.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Casey,
Was duly vetted in utilities and recommended for passage.
any other questions?
So moved.
Okay. There's no amendment here, no, okay. So without objection, ordinance number 1210/2025 is approved. Please sign. There you go. And then the next one that complements that one is the 1211. It's like I'm wrapping a present. Okay.
It's a gift to utilities.
I still can't find the description. Okay, am I seeing this right? Oh, where is it? Oh, there we go, okay. This is different, okay. Ordinance number 1211/2025 by Councilmember Griffin, an emergency ordinance authorizing the city to apply for, accept, and enter in cooperative agreement between the city and Ohio Water Development Authority for the refinancing of the city's water pollution control revenue bonds, Series 2016, the proceeds of which were used for the purpose of paying costs of improvements to the water pollution control system, and authorizing and approving related matters. Director?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So now having the authority and the amendment to the existing, or to the authorizing legislation, we're now seeking the authority to participate in this opportunity. If approved, we hope to get it down to the OWDA within the next 2 weeks. Their board meets in the third week of November, and we would seek approval of this opportunity through the OWDA in the month of November in order to capitalize on current bond market rates and actually realize these savings.
Got it. Thank you. Councilman Casey,
Duly vetted and utilities recommended for passage.
any questions?
So move.
Okay, without objection, ordinance number 1211-2025 has been approved. Please sign. Thank you. You are
Just,
done.
Madam Chair,
Okay.
just before the director leaves, the finance director, we, through the various council staff, we made requests as it pertains to, long list of requests as it pertains to the Browns issue. You have an idea when we're going to get response to all those questions?
So through the chair to the councilman, we have been working on those.
Okay.
And have been consolidating.
Okay.
It does take some input from divisions
Okay.
across the city.
Okay.
But those are being worked on and close to completion.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next up, we have Public Works. Oh, this is the capital piece right here. Hi, Director, how are you? Yeah, okay. So we'll first start with ordinance number 1222-2025 by council members Bishop and Griffin, an emergency ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Works to contract with one or more consultants or firms for consultants to provide professional service necessary to manage the nuisance abatement process that oversees the cutting and cleaning of vacant occupied structures that are in violation of building and housing and/or health code ordinance for a period of up to 2 years. Director?
Thank you, Chair.
I don't have that. Where do we?
That is number 12.
Oh, you did, okay.
Oh, okay. You want to look at it?
Yeah,
Okay. Director?
Thank you, Chair and Committee. This piece is to allow for us to go back out and to solicit a contractor to work with us in our vacant property nuisance abatement program. Last year was the first time we used one contractor to kind of supervise other contractors to do our work. So we found some success in that. We want to be able to do that again. In a nutshell, that's what this piece is for. Open for any questions.
I have questions.
Councilman Palanzik?
Thank you, Madam Chairperson, to the director. How many contractors did we have working on this?
So the main contractor, Top Designer, had 5 other contractors working with them. So the total with his crews and the others, about 6 contractors.
And they work citywide?
They were citywide.
Okay.
Through the chair.
So I'm just trying to get clarification here. So they worked on abandoned homes, not lots, abandoned homes, correct?
Through the chair to the councilman, they primarily worked on abandoned homes, but in times when we needed to, they would work on a lot.
Okay. So my question is, so on abandoned homes that we cut the grass, was there an assessment placed on those properties?
Through the chair to the councilman, yes, we bill those. And
Okay.
if it's not paid, then it gets assessed as a process.
So
for
you
that.
would have a list per ward of those structures that you cut?
Through the councilman, through the chair to the councilman, yes, we would.
Okay, and I would request that.
Absolutely.
I would request a list.
Through the chair to the councilman, those lists, it changed from year to year, but
Yeah,
I can give you this year's.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm
Sure.
looking for this year. So Madam Chairperson, to Director, it's your opinion that the program worked?
Through the chair to the councilman, yes. We were able to focus a little bit more in the lots with our city staff.
Okay.
So yes, I think it worked better.
So
I'm not sure.
who followed up to guarantee that those lots got cut? Who was the eyes and ears to say, we send these contractors out? Who gave them the list?
Through the chair to the councilman, that is actually our internal staff. So we have Michael Ingram, Tamisha Krisman,
Okay.
Jose Rodriguez. Those are the folks that are actually watching over, giving the list to the contractors, making sure the work was done.
And so then, what I'm trying to figure out, who checked up to know that the grass was cut and the yards were cleaned up properly?
Through the chair to the councilman, those folks, as well as the unit leaders in each of our areas.
So when you say unit leaders, are that folks working like in the division of streets? Who are they?
I'm sorry, through the chair to the council, those are the folks that work in vacant properties.
Vacant property?
Yes.
So you can tell the committee, without any fear of contradiction, that the majority of the abandoned structures in the city where there were houses on them, or businesses, could be an empty business as well, that those lots were adequately cut and cleaned up?
Through the chair to the councilman, when we say adequately, I will say we were able to do 4 cycles. Now,
Okay.
I know people
No, I
would probably want
understand that.
more, but
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's 4 cycles is better than what we've been able to do in the past, I can assure you,
Yep.
okay?
Yeah.
So you're saying that, and then your vacant lot crews, because I'm talking also to the viewing public here.
Yep.
Because I've urged people repeatedly in the neighborhood to call into 311. That's what we've been told.
Yes.
When there's a vacant house, a vacant lot,
Yes.
to call it into 311.
Yes.
So then our city crews were able to focus on the lots.
through the chair to the councilman, that's
Okay,
correct.
so you said 5 contractors or 6?
There's, including the main contractor, it would be 6.
Okay, and where did they work? They work out of a yard, or they just worked out of their own
They
location?
work through their own locations.
Okay, and I would respectfully ask for a list of those contractors as well, who they
Absolutely.
were
Sure.
and where they're located at. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Can I get it back?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
I was just looking at
Any
it.
other questions? Okay, so ordinance number 1222-2025, without objection, is approved. Please sign. Here, we'll get it right back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Okay, ordinance number 1299-2025 by council members Bishop and Griffin, an emergency ordinance determining the method of making the public improvements of repairing, constructing, and installing various ADA compliant structures, including but not limited to the curb ramps, and authorizing Director of Public Works to enter into one or more public improvement requirements contracts for the making of this improvement. Director?
Thank you, Chair. This piece is not new to the city, but it'd be new to Public Works. Traditionally, we, as far as our ADA ramps go with our resurfacing program, we would work with MoCap. They would use their contractor to be able to get the ramps done. That had put a burden on MoCap, and it also slowed us down as well. So what we want to do with this piece here is to be able to go out, get our own contract to be able to do our ramps, which we believe will make us a lot more efficient and a lot quicker. So I have with me Commissioner Mavick from Traffic Engineering and Assistant Commissioner Sheldon Coleman to talk a little bit more for if you have any questions about our strategy for this.
Got it. Director?
To the chair, it's more about just making us efficient on the resurfacing program. So this contract would be held by Public Works. Traffic engineering assisting in creating the specs and actually administering that contract. But it'll make us much more efficient, and the task orders can be written much quicker because it's specific to ADA ramps and the local resurfacing program.
Commissioner Shelton, do you want Coleman?
Thank you. To the chair, yes, as Commissioner Mavick said, it would make us a lot more efficient, being able to streamline these ADA ramps, which are at the corner of every intersection. By state law, we have to replace if we're going to interrupt any part of any pavement on any street. And this will help us have our in-house, internal contractor to operate at our schedule and being able to smooth line that process.
Got it. Councilman Polensek?
Thank you, Madam Chairperson, to the director, and to your team here. So where are the funds coming from?
Through the chair to the councilman, these funds will be coming from the resurfacing program. This is what we traditionally do anyways. It's not any different.
I understand that. So this is separate from the councilmatic allocation.
Through the chair to the councilman, yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Separate from that.
So in the past, when we resurfaced streets, the handicap ramps were calculated into the cost overall. So you're telling us now, I want to get this straight, that will not be part of the charge to the individual ward councilman?
No, through the chair to the councilman, it'll be the same as far as on your end.
Yeah.
Everything will look the same. What'll be different for us is, again, the load of the contractor, right, was all on MoCap.
Yes.
So now we're saying, instead of waiting, holding them down with their contract, we're just going to get our own. So on your side, it'll look the same.
So the individual ward councilman will still be paying for the handicap ramps?
Through the chair to the council, that's correct.
Okay. And then this is just handicap, this has nothing to do about the grinding program?
No, that's something different.
That's something different. And because I have some real concerns about the grinding program. I've gotten one call after another on that one. So Before you leave the table, I won't belabor the point now, but I would like you to respond on the grinding program as well. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you, and I'm so sorry, Councilman Bishop. This was heard in your committee. Any questions, thoughts?
No need to apologize, Madam Chair. We fully vetted this for passage and recommend it for passage.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? No? Ordinance number 1299-2025, without objection, has been approved. Please sign on. Okay. Next, we have, Parks and Recreation.
I got one more.
One more. You have, it's
1221.
Okay, 1221. They really filled 12, yep. Actually, I have two. 1068 too? Do you have that one?
That would be Parks. That
Okay.
would be Parks.
Oh, okay, that's probably, okay. So, ordinance number 1221-2025 by council members Bishop and Griffin, and an emergency ordinance authorizing Director of Parks and Recreation and/or Director of Public Works and/or the Director of Finance to contract with one or more temporary employment agencies to provide professional service to supply temporary and seasonal personnel for the Department of Parks and Recreation and/or Department of Public Works and the Project Clean Program, and for various other departments of the city for a period up to 1 year. Director?
Thank you, Chair. This piece is the piece that we do every year to be able to solicit a temporary labor agency to provide workers for our vacant properties cutting program. But also, in addition to that, there are other divisions or departments throughout the city that use this contract for temporary labor. So this, again, would not name any specific vendor. This just gives us the ability to be able to go out and send out an RFP to solicit vendors.
Got it, thank you.
I have a question.
Okay, and so, first of all, I loved my crew this year.
Great.
As you know, I have like 55
Yes.
violations, the most in comparison to any other ward, and I know they could not do them all. But I've always been curious to know, because this is funded through council members, right?
So to the chair, the funding actually is through the general fund. There's also through community development block grant money, as well as each ward can allocate funds as well. So
Okay.
it has multiple sources.
So has the funding for council increased or decreased?
So this year, we had a little bit more. It
Oh,
did
okay.
increase this year, which was great because it was a great partnership, and we were able to do a lot of good things
Got it.
with that partnership.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Pulaski?
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chairperson, and to the Director. What I'm not clear on, so this, of the $69,821, how much of that is block grant?
So just so I'm clear, through the chair to the councilman, for instance, when we talk about Ward 1 and it says 69,000, that would, it just depends on the council person. If they want to use casino or if they want to use block, it would be up to the council person.
Okay, because I wasn't clear because you said it was block grant
It
and
could
then
be.
general fund.
Yeah, so for instance, for the 900,000 you see for general fund, that is through vacant properties through our department. The 900,000 that you see for community development, that is also through vacant property or through Department of Public Works. The remaining is independently from each ward. So if they want to use, if Ward 1 wanted to use casino funds, or if they wanted to use community development block grant funds, it would
Right.
be up to that council person.
So, but what I was not clear, and I think you mentioned that as it pertains to the hiring, are these private contractors, are these where people can submit names? Yeah, that's where I was
Yes.
confused.
So here, and I'm sorry for not making it
You're right.
clear. But here, this contract is typically what we call the Snyder Blade contract.
Right.
So yes, you could submit names and we
Okay.
would hire
Okay.
folks through this.
See, I wasn't clear whether this would be a private contractor hired.
Yes, through the chair to the councilman.
So a private contractor could be hired as well, is that what you're telling us?
No,
or
not through this
Okay.
piece. Yeah, this would just be for a labor. So we would go out and find a company that would provide labor to us only.
I got you. And that equates into how many people per crew?
Sorry, one more time.
How many people per crew?
So we typically use about a 2-person crew, or it could be a 3-person crew, depending on where.
Right.
So the ward person may say, hey, I want 3 people.
Yes, I got you. I just want to, I wasn't clear when you described it, if it was going to be private or these were going to be
Okay.
again, the names that were submitted through each of the wards.
So my apologies. So yes,
Okay.
so we
Okay.
can do both with this. So with the work crews, that would be a work, that would pay for that. But for the 900,000, we solicit and say, hey, if you want to give us some folks that we can hire,
I
that's
got
what
you.
we would do through there.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Madam
you.
Chairperson.
Councilman Bishop?
Yes, Madam Chair. We vetted this morning, and municipal service and fully recommended for passage.
Thank you. Without objection, ordinance number 1221-2025 has been approved. Please sign.
Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know who's
Yeah,
the,
actually, the other piece would not be
So,
me. Yeah.
who's 1068?
That would be Parks.
Okay, Parks
Yeah.
and Recreation.
So I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I know the
okay.
councilman had a question.
Just
Okay.
before the director leaves, as it pertains to the grinding, so for the viewing public, you will grind a sidewalk, but over how high will you not grind?
To the chair, to the council. So the milling contract is only for the streets?
I understand.
Yes, so when we have an ADA contractor, we will only have them bring it up to grade where the water won't run into the ADA ramp.
But when you're grinding the sidewalks on the street, you will not grind over a certain height of the sidewalk being lifted. That's what I was told.
Okay,
So what is that height? I was told 3 inches.
so to the council, to the chair, to the council, we will rip out, we will demo sidewalks. The milling is strictly from curb to curb. So,
No, I think you're wrong. I'm talking about grinding the sidewalks that are lifted.
okay.
Chair, is this the program out of MOCAP?
Yes, I mean, who can answer that? I mean, I've.
Director DeRosa can answer that question.
Okay, Spitalski can. So that's not you don't have anything to do with the grinding?
Not for through the chair, not for the sidewalks.
Okay, that's what I'm going to get clarified. Thank you.
We're good?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, do you want to move down or? Okay. Thank you, Director. Thank you, Shelton. What's your title? Commissioner. Okay, this one. Okay, so now we're going to hear ordinance number 1068-2025 by council members Bishop and Griffin, an emergency ordinance authorizing the Director of Parks and Recreation to accept a donation from Changeover or its designee to allow and accept improvements to 2 tennis courts located at Harmony Park as a gift to the city.
Thank you, Chairwoman. My name is Suzanne DeGennaro. I'm the Commissioner of Real Estate, and I will present this piece seeking authority for the Director of Parks and Recreation to accept a donation of the tennis court improvements at Harmony Park, and also for the placement of private logos in connection with the tennis court improvements. The work will be done by Changeover, which is a nonprofit corporation that works to transform and revitalize tennis courts throughout the city in order to foster a sense of community, recreation, and wellness. In 2024, Changeover renovated 2 tennis courts at the Thurgood Marshall Recreation Center. They resurfaced the courts and placed some signage around the courts. At Harmony Park, so they've identified Harmony Park as their 2025 location. They intend to do 1 court or 1 location per year. And so for 2025, it's Harmony Park in the heart of Old Brooklyn. Changeover will resurface the tennis courts, and they do intend to place a private logo, which is Rocket Mortgage LLC. It will just be the word Rocket. It's one of their project sponsors, and so we are seeking authority, again, for acceptance of the donation and placement of the logos. The improvements at Harmony Park are valued at about $30,000, and Changeover will donate these improvements to the city.
Okay, I was just going to ask you that. Whose ward is this in?
Yeah, this is mine.
Okay.
I would love to give a brief
Oh,
comment.
Yes. Go ahead, Councilwoman Mauer.
Thank you. And I know we got this morning, but I'm going to be a co-sponsor tonight, right? Inez, we're going to get me on there because this is my third time asking to be the co-sponsor on this bill. So this is an exciting project that my office helped to coordinate in conjunction with a number of other improvements we were able to leverage at Harmony Park, including the administration's commitment, which has already been done to improve the Treadway Creek Trail, and a $300,000 commitment of NEF funds to improve aspects of Harmony Park. So getting this money from changeover is going to take these tennis courts from kind of essentially being unusable right now to being usable. And the addition of the logo has already been vetted by both city planning and by the community. They're aware of it. So I just wanted to express my really enthusiastic support for this piece, and thanks to MoCap and real estate for getting it across the finish line.
Thank you. Congratulations. Can't wait to see the finished product. Any questions from my colleagues?
So moved.
Councilman Bishop? Was this heard in your committee?
Yes, Madam Chair. MSP fully recommend this passage.
Thank you. Ordinance number 1068-2025, without objection, has been approved. Please sign.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, we have a miscellaneous for you, Councilman Casey.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, to the Commissioner. In caucus today, we asked about the appraisal of Burke Lakefront Airport, the 450 acres, the 50 acres that Cleveland Brown Stadium sits on, and an appraisal on Cleveland Brown Stadium as well. We were told that we don't have those. Can we get those?
Through the chairwoman to Councilman Casey, I will find out and let you know.
Okay.
And so specifically for Burke Lakefront Airport, for
The
land at
appraisal
Brown's-
of the 450 acres at Burke,
Okay,
the appraisal for the 50 acres that the current Brown Stadium sits on,
okay,
and an appraisal for the stadium itself.
got it.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I think you're going to have to make that officially. You're going to have to make that official request.
Didn't I just do that?
Well, I just want to make that clear. That's an official request through the council.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Good. Thank you, Commissioner. Chief, Sonia? So next up, we have ordinance number 1315-2025 by Council Members Griffin. An emergency ordinance authorizing the Director of Finance to enter into an amendment to contract number CT-0114 PS 1223-0002 with the Child Care Resource Center of Cuyahoga County, doing business as Starting Point for additional funds for 18 eligible households to continue to provide funding for early childhood education for the Department of Finance. And this was relief from workforce. Go ahead, Chief.
Good afternoon, Chairwoman and Council. Thank you for this opportunity today. With us, we have Kara Porter from Starting Point, their Vice President, and they are partners in overseeing this program. They've done a phenomenal job with the program since 2023. Thanks to this council for providing families with scholarship dollars to help them afford childcare so that they can go off to work and school. Since that time, they've been able to support 370 children, 238 families across the entire city, but they found a specific set of family members really challenged to be able to be placed on other programs to support them as they continue work in school and get their kids in high quality childcare. So today before you, we're requesting the ability to spend an additional $120,000 to support those most high need and high risk families who have not been able to be put on other programs.
Okay. And Chief, this was our original allocation of ARPA dollars, right?
That is correct. It was thanks to ARPA dollars that we were able to find these
And what was,
funds.
I forgot, what was the overall total amount that we provided?
So the total amount for this particular program was about $2 million, and then we did a little shy of $2 million for the retention program.
Got it. So what happens after this program and we expend all of our dollars? How do we continue to sustain, like,
Unfortunately,
scholarship?
I don't have an answer for you for that today. Unfortunately, in addition to the hard circumstances that families were placed in before. Some of the new requirements from the state of Ohio as it relates to the ability for families to qualify for this care are going to make it a little bit more difficult. Our desire, and particularly the right now, is to support this significant group of families who are struggling the most, especially understanding some of the realities with SNAP in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and my question just with the government shutdown, how are you guys dealing with the vouchers, possibly not getting that funding after, November 1st, right? That would be people losing food and then losing childcare at the same time.
Yes, through the chair to the committee, it is definitely a challenge, and we are working hand in hand with all of our partners to try to wrap our arms around those families. We have been in contact with the state and understand, as you said, that those dollars are in place through November 1st, and we're in contact with them to figure out what happens next so that families can continue to access childcare and the programs that are providing it can continue to get paid.
Got it. It's very sad. Councilman Pulaski?
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chairperson, and to the Director, and to the, from starting point, what's your name again?
Kara Porter.
Thank you. I was fortunate, I learned about the program, so I would refer families. But I'd like to find out, if you could tell us, if you have the ability to tell us, how many families applied that could not be serviced? Do you have those numbers?
Through the chair to the councilman, we did have a number of families, several hundred, I believe, that applied and were either waitlisted because we didn't have enough funding, or there were families outside the city of Cleveland who applied and, of course, could not qualify. Those were the main reasons that those denials were made.
Could you break that down by ward? Can tell us?
We could get that information from you. I don't have that data
Okay.
in front of me, but that is something that we could definitely do, especially in terms of the families that were waitlisted.
Okay, if you would make that official request through the chair, if you could tell us by ward how many families, because obviously, all of us around the table are concerned, whether it be the SNAP, the funding in SNAP. I mean, we've had the food bank is in my neighborhood. I worked very hard to get the food bank there. They have already been cut. I'm worried about other programs being dismantled, like the Job Corps and others. And so it's up to all of us, and I keep saying this at the various neighborhood meetings I'm at. You have a pothole in front of your house, you know how to call your councilman. But how many, a critical program such as this, how many people have contacted their state reps, their state senators, the governor's office, to express their viewpoints, their opinions on things such as this? Daycare, childcare is so critical. If we want to get people back into the workforce, we know there are moms that want to go back into the workforce, but unless they have childcare, quality childcare, or childcare that they can afford, they're not going to do that. They can't do it. And so I guess from what I'm asking at this table, I'm asking of you, what suggestions or recommendations would you have for us here at the table?
Through the chair to the councilman, we obviously couldn't agree with you more. It's not only an issue for children and their early childhood education, also for families who want to work, but also in a time when SNAP and WIC are at risk, and this is a place where kids are getting 2 meals a day most of the time,
Right.
Safe, healthy, clean environment for them that they're able to go to and get some food. So we know that they're critically important. In the past, what we have advocated for at the state level is a continual increase in the eligibility for publicly funded childcare. We are one of the lowest states in the nation at 145%. The governor does have a program right now that's raising that up to 200% of the federal poverty level. We would like that to be continued or increased. That's really where that leverage can come in to get this, get a childcare voucher to more families so that they can participate in the workforce and, bring funding home to their own family.
So you're actively lobbying in Columbus?
Yes, we actively do educate and advocate on that.
And are you linked up with other counties or other municipalities across the state doing that?
Yes, through the chair to the councilman, we do actually have a number of sister agencies that are also child care resource and referral agencies. We work under a state umbrella to bring these issues to the forefront, and they are issues that impact not only our urban communities, but also our rural communities that have trouble accessing child care in an affordable way. So it's something we're all pulling on.
So Madam Chairperson, as it stands right now, if funding is not restored or increased, when would this come to an end?
Through the chair to the councilman, we already have 23 families who were not able to continue with childcare. I'm sorry, 23 children from 18 families who are not able to continue with childcare as these funds were depleted. We did prioritize 2 children who are in kinship care right now and were considered especially high risk as those funds were running out. So we're still in contact with those families, and should council choose to pass this, we would get those children back into care and getting that early childhood education on a daily basis.
But that would run through when? I mean, is there an end date?
It's end of the year.
End of year. So after January 1st, you see nothing on the horizon to continue this program?
Through the chair to the councilman, unfortunately, that is true.
You know, this is a sad state of affairs. I hope everybody watching this from home would really let their voice be heard on the state level, their state reps, their state senators, because this is the challenges that we are faced with today, this legislative body. In all my years here, I don't think I've ever been faced with the challenges. In fact, I know I've never been faced with the challenges that I'm faced with today, with families that are economically distressed, people who cannot repair their homes, businesses who are struggling to survive, and yet we see money being given away to billionaires. We're dealing with challenges. This legislative body, my honorable colleagues, we're dealing with challenges that we have never, ever had to face in all of our times here. And I'm just trying to figure out, you know, what action do we collectively take? What roads do we take to somehow impress upon the folks in power, especially in Columbus and beyond? Because I personally have given up on Washington at this point, because I'm afraid to turn on the TV every morning to see what else is going to get whacked every other morning. But the folks in Columbus, for some reason, do not understand the challenges that we have in urban areas. They just fail to understand, and to me, I don't get it. I really don't understand. If you provide child care, daycare, you can put people back into productive working environments who pay taxes, who become productive citizens. And provide for themselves, can buy things, can maybe buy a home, can rent a nicer place. All the other issues that we're confronted with. So again, I wholeheartedly support this endeavor, and I think what I would only ask, you need to keep us apprised as we go forward. And if there's something we need to pass, a resolution in council, and I would say that to our own staff, if we need to put together a resolution to let our voices be heard about how important this program is, then I would ask staff working with you to put that together as soon as possible so we could do that. And to Chief Pryor Jones, again, if there's something, other course of action you think we need to take here, to let us know, because I find this stuff, I'm living in a world I don't understand, quite frankly. And I just shake my head every day. The challenges that my colleagues, and I'm saying this as a senior member, that my colleagues are confronted with every day. We're being asked to do more with less. We're dealing with more challenges than ever before, and yet we see the problems in our communities. And the people who should be helping us aren't helping us and don't get it, quite frankly. So again, give us some bullet points so we can get a resolution to the Chief Pryor Jones. Again, if there's something you think else we need to do here, then we need to let us know what that is. So I referred families to starting point, but it's not enough. So that's why it would be interesting to know. I think all of us would be interested to know how many families were could not get into the system, could not get in. That'd be very helpful for us to know that. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you, Councilman Polensek. Councilman Casey?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, to our presenters, this is no knock on you, because you guys are doing yeoman's job here, but when we have an administration that's flying to Washington to get $250 million to redo a lakefront, but our babies can't afford to go to Head Start or to get childcare, it kind of shows us where the priorities are. When you guys are here asking for $150,000 to expend, this is dollars that you already have, correct? Mr. Chairman, to the director.
Through the chair to Councilman Casey, this is funding that we have in the budget.
Right, and you're just asking to expend it, correct?
Correct.
All right, and then, Madam Chair, to Kara, you gave us this packet, and on the third page, it's at a glance by ward, families enrolled. Is that just families enrolled during the month of September 2025 or through September 25?
Through the chair to the councilman, so those were the final families that were enrolled at the end of September 2025.
So we only have 18 total families enrolled in this program and 25 total children?
Through the chair to Councilman Casey, this is that very high-risk group that Starting Point has not been able to enroll on other programs. So the $120,000 is focused specifically on this group at the highest need.
The money you're asking for today is for these 25 kids, these 18 families, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then, Madam Chair, to the director, I think you had $4 million in ARPA for this program, correct?
Through the chair to Councilman Casey, it was $4 million total, and it's a little less than $4 million, we're rounding here. $2 million specifically for the scholarship program, that's the program we're talking to you about today, and the rest of those dollars were for the employee retention program.
Okay, so Madam Chairwoman, to the director, at some point after this program started, you went from funding 50% of the funds to 75% of somebody's need, which means you're going to run out of money a lot quicker helping less people, correct? Because
give or take.
You've cut it by 25%, basically, by taking it from 50% to 25% or to 75%. So you're going to, instead of paying 50%, you're paying 75%, which means 25% of people aren't going to be able to be enrolled because the money's going to roll out, and you're helping at a 75%. And listen, it's all good, right? But I'm just saying, we are leaving people out there because we've increased the amount that we're going to pay from 50 to 75% instead of leaving it at 50% where we can help more people.
To Councilman Casey, you are correct about the percentage change, but what Starting Point found in the midst of the early stages of this program is that people were not able to afford even at the 50% support, which means that those families still weren't able to access the care. And the goal of this overall, to Councilman Polensek's points earlier, families are being squeezed at every side, and so we want to try to support them in accessing the care.
Don't get me wrong, Director. Madam Chair to the Director, don't get me wrong. I'm all for it, but are we leaving anybody on the table who could afford 50%, right, and could use it and need it, but they're not eligible because we're giving the 75%, so we're bypassing those who could use the 50%, or do we do it on an income? What if somebody only needs 25%? What if somebody only needs 10% or 30%? You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you guys do a sliding scale like that? I mean, if I came to you and said, I could have, I just need help at the 20% level, do you guys just offer the 20% level?
So to the councilman, I want to have Ms. Porter talk more about what's been done in the past with a broader number at the top of this program to break all of that down, as well as the other work that Starting Point does in terms of sliding fee scales. But specifically what we have in front of you today is for those 25 children. at the higher rate because
Okay.
we know that's where the need is.
Oh, no,
As she mentioned before, this is like that chronic group that has the highest need.
No,
And so we're
I-
just
listen,
focused on
I
that.
totally understand. I think, the frustration is out there that we can't help, we can't help everybody who needs the help, right? But there are families out there who only need a 20% help, and they can afford the 80% help. And are we just overlooking them because they're not at that threshold?
Through the chair to the councilman, I think the point you make is great and well taken, and it's something we definitely took into consideration. What you don't see captured on here is the multi-pronged strategy that we actually undertook with families. So the actual scholarship where folks ended up on it for quite a while, that is correct. It was at 75%. We were also using these dollars to help families while they were waiting for publicly funded childcare to come through. So in the case when a family called us and the parent was trying to get back to work, but we knew that they would qualify for publicly funded childcare, we used these as bridge funds and then moved them on to more permanent childcare assistance. And we tried to do that in as many cases as we could with other funding that's available that we know of through our relationships with childcare programs, with Invest in Children at the county's Office of Early Childhood, so that we were using the benefit that was the best match for that family. And I think that's why you see that we ended up with a group here that were sort of lower middle income folks who didn't qualify for that childcare voucher, but for whom childcare was also very expensive. Often people with infants and toddlers who, if those of you who have children around the table, you may know it is the highest cost of care. And so we did try to look at what were those other benefit programs that were could fit that family and get them onto those before we tapped into those longer-term scholarship dollars. Your point is well taken.
All right, and then, Madam Chairwoman, one last question is, how much does the county put into this program?
Through the chair to the councilman, so the county does not put funding into this particular program,
Okay.
but they do have a similar universal pre-kindergarten program that is for 3 through 5-year-olds that has a scholarship for folks who are up to 400% of the federal poverty level.
And then, Madam Chairwoman, to our presenter, what's our age limit?
Age limit? Through chair to the councilman, you all actually mostly provided for kids 6 and under, but you helped with school-age childcare for kids that had siblings who needed that as well, which was very, very critical, and critical also during the summer months when those children who were 12 and mostly between 8 and 10 needed care.
So, Madam Chairwoman, is it safe to say that you age out of the counties at age 5?
Through the chair to the councilman, I would say generally 5 or 6, yes.
Wow. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Slide?
Thanks. I'll just add for the benefit of my colleagues. I went, it's got to have been about over a year ago, to a child care summit at the Ohio Chamber of Commerce. And one of the proposals that I think has the most enthusiasm, especially among the Republican-controlled legislature, is a 333 program, where essentially households would pay a third of the cost of childcare, the program would pay a third, and then the employer would pay a third. And my criticism of that program is that it sounds like a good idea, but it entirely relies on your employer's willingness to provide the benefit. And I think that it's easy to speculate that the employers willing to offer that are already, one, paying higher wages and offering competitive benefits, but the people that we're needing to help, I don't think the dollar stores around town are looking to, provide a third of the cost of childcare. So it just speaks to the gap here. I don't have the faith in Columbus right now that maybe Councilman Polensek does, but that's just because I was at this meeting. To that end, though, I would like to think through ways. Our current political divide wants to separate everything into urban and rural, and I really think that this is an area where there's a common need and a common source of conditions that are making it difficult for families to afford childcare. So I'm interested in understanding what we can do to partner with communities across the state, what our lobbyist is doing down in Columbus, because I will say, I want to sing the praises of Senator Nikki Antonio and Representative Sweeney, who represent me in Columbus, but they're not the problem. And I'm trying to figure out ways. I don't want everybody to start calling Representative Sweeney's phone, asking her to get on board with something she's already on board with. The problem is that there's a whole lot of other actors in Columbus who don't understand the scale of the issue at this point, or quite frankly, I think just don't care because they build their wealth off of keeping other people's in poverty. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Slive. Councilman Conwell?
That won't be long. I hear about the starting point a lot. And you guys, through the chair, you guys are located where?
Through the chair to the councilman, we are in Midtown, right? We share this parking lot with Dave's Supermarket, and we're on the Euclid side.
Process. I think I've been there before, starting point. Go to Dave's. Dave is up for Chester.
Chester and Euclid, yep.
Man, a starting point. Do you guys share starting point through the chair with someone else? Another not-for-profit or something like that?
Through the chair to the councilman, we're our own nonprofit. We're at 59th in Euclid. We used to be at 46th in Euclid, so maybe is that right by the Centers for Families and Children?
Yeah, right by the Center for Families and Children, so that's where you guys moved from over there.
Yes.
I understand about the scholarship that we need, and it keeps families working. And I know 3/4 of head of the household in my neighborhood is headed by females. And this right here will help them to stay stabilized, and especially times are hard right now. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And they need to be able to go to work, and this will help them out that you're requesting for us. So, and I've heard nothing but good things about you. Matter of fact, I even talked with my wife about you guys and everything. So we talk about it. So I'm there supporting you 100%. Hey, you know what? Let me ask you this question, because I'm big on fatherhood. Because you could evaluate a dad with his children, and your center is a good evaluation point. You ever thought about putting together a fatherhood program with a dad here? Because you can evaluate it better by doing programs through your center.
Through the chair to the councilman, it's funny that you should mention that. We actually were looking at the possibility of doing a fatherhood literacy-based program. So we do partner with Fatherhood Initiative and lots of organizations. Not only do we serve child care programs, but also, of course, those parents and families. So we are partnering with all the community organizations all the time to try to reach families where they are.
Yeah, because I was listening to you narrate to my colleagues, and I was thinking, I said, this would be great and fantastic to work with the Fatherhood Initiative, and we can get some good outcome measures from you. Let me know if you need my support for it. The chief, you could give her my phone number. You can give her my personal number.
Okay.
And you can reach out to me to invite me. It would be good for you to invite me there. All right?
Through the chair to the councilman, we would love to have you out. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
Councilman. I do have an amendment. So in Section 2, at the end, insert ROS. Is that an O or is that a Q?
RQS.
Oh, QS. RQS 0114, comma, RLA 2022-52.
I'll move that. Madam Chairperson, I'll move that amendment.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
You give me a discussion on, and that's for what again?
She read it.
Yeah. He's asking for.
Yeah. Go further for me a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. Can you, through the chair to the councilman, can you repeat the question?
I want to know a little bit more about what the interim council president just narrated to us, the amendment.
Through the chair to Councilman Conwell, I think it was just a piece that was missing from the law department that got added.
To get added?
Correct.
Oh, shoot, just pushed it. I'm cool
Thank you.
beans.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any objection? No. Okay, ordinance number 1315-1225, with no objection, has been approved. Please sign. Thank you for all.
Thank you all.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for the support.
See you later.
Get us those bullet points so we can do that resolution.
Yes. Next up, I have city planning.
Put it here, city planning.
Oh, there's a resolution. Oh, this is, yep, this is resolution number 1097-2025. Do you want to leave this for the end, or do you want to do it now? Is there, oh, okay, someone's here, okay. By Councilmember Spencer, Bishop, and Griffin, an emergency resolution requesting Director of Transportation of the State of Ohio determine and declare reasonable and safe prima facie speed limit at 30 miles per hour for Lake Avenue between West 117th Street and Detroit Avenue. Hello.
Hello, committee to the council. You just read 1097, and I will yield to our assistant manager, Rick Switowski, to provide details, but I also want to introduce our new Vision Zero manager, Cameron. He is here. He's done a lot of this work and is helping us to make sure that we reach our goals for Vision Zero.
Oh, good.
So, Rick, this is to you, or are we transitioning to?
Rick?
Good afternoon, everybody. This resolution, 1096-2025, is for the vacation.
1097.
1096.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is for the Cleveland Gare of the vacation of East 81st Street off Preble Avenue in Ward 5. Cleveland Gare is actually, once again. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Cameron's.
Okay. So you sending this to Cameron? Okay.
All right. All right, good afternoon. I am Cameron Roberts, Vision Zero Coordinator in the Mayor's Office of Capital Projects. So good afternoon, Madam Chair and council members. This is for a resolution requesting to the Ohio Department of Transportation to reduce the speed limit on Lake Avenue in the city of Cleveland from the current 35 miles per hour to 30 miles per hour. So this is an initiative that began early last year when the city of Lakewood was able to successfully reduce the speed limit on their section of Lake Avenue to 30 miles per hour. So one of the goals here is to be consistent with our neighbors and create a consistent speed limit across the entire corridor. But also, more importantly, perhaps, this aligns with the city's Vision Zero goals. So for those listening not familiar with Vision Zero, it's the city's initiative to eliminate deaths and serious injuries that are caused by traffic crashes in the city of Cleveland. And we know that speeding is often a contributing factor for a lot of our more severe crashes that we see in the city. So anything that we can do to reduce speeds, even by 5 miles per hour, can go a very long way in terms of potentially saving a life or preventing a serious injury from occurring. So in order to reduce the speed limit, it requires approval from the Ohio Department of Transportation. Part of that process is conducting a speed zone study, which is something that the city did in-house by setting up radar speed devices along the corridor, collecting speed data, traffic counts, and the finding from that study showed that the majority of drivers on Lake Avenue right now are already driving below the current posted speed limit of 35. The average speed was 29.3, and the 85th percentile was 33.1. Along with that data, they also factor in crash data. So over the last 3 years, 2022 to 2024, there were 64 total crashes on the Cleveland section of Lake Avenue, and 15 of those resulted in injury. And the last factor that ODOT considers is the context of the road as well. And the important consideration there was just acknowledging that Lake Avenue has changed fairly extensively over the past 10, 15 years, with things like reducing the number of drive lanes, adding bike facilities to some sections, and adding a lot of concrete refuge islands along the corridor as well. All things that have likely contributed to drivers driving at slower speeds now than they did in the past. So the results of all of this was put together into a formal request to ODOT, and they have told us that they are fully in support of this initiative and find 30 miles per hour to be a safe and reasonable speed limit. And passage of this council resolution is essentially the last step required by them in order to give us their formal written approval.
Okay. Okay,
And
good.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Cameron, and welcome.
Thank
Councilman Palenze?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chairman, and whoever can answer. Besides looking at Lake Avenue, are you looking at any other streets for the same type of study?
Through the chair to the council member, at this time, we are not. However, assessing the city speed limits and looking for similar opportunities to reduce speed limits is a strategy listed within the Vision Zero action plan.
Okay.
So it is something that I would suspect we continue to do, especially as we identify roads where the context has changed, whether that be adding bike facilities or road diet, things where it might, be worth us taking a look back at whether that speed limit is still appropriate for that road considering the changes that were made.
Okay. So based on that response, when you say road diet, is that referring to, I don't know, I call them stanchions. What do you call those things that you put up here on downtown?
To the council member through the chair, so a variety of names, but delineators, bollards are similar.
Delineators,
Yeah,
bollards. So the delineators and bollards that were put up downtown, how were they funded?
To the council member through the chair, I am not aware of the funding source for those.
Okay, because here's the challenge I want to pose to MOCAP. Every time when we look at delineators, road diet, whatever you want to refer to these things, bollards, in our neighborhoods, the council people are asked to fund them. We're asked to fund them, which comes out of our resurfacing. So I'd like to know who makes the judgment call as to where they're put in, and then why is it that we, in the body, we have to pay for them out of our discretionary funds or casino funds or NEF funds or whatever the case may be, but yet in downtown they're placed all over, or in certain neighborhoods they're placed without any requirement of using discretionary funds. So what is the mechanism? What is the protocol? Can someone tell me that?
Again, to the chair, to the council, to the committee, those ballots have been placed through the city planning program.
Okay.
For traffic mobility through their study and how
Yes.
they're doing the one-way on Prospect.
Yeah.
So we can direct that question to them and see what their methodology is.
Yeah,
for
I'd
making
like
those
to know, because
determinations.
I can't believe that the downtown council person would have the financial wherewithal to pay for that. So I would just like to know what the mechanism is and what the process is. And I just want to make sure that we're all being treated from an equitable standpoint, treated fairly and impartially, because I think we can all point to maybe areas of our own wards where those delineators, bollards, et cetera, could be implemented. And they're not, because again, of the whole issue of funding. So, but the study specifically on Lake, was that requested through ODOT, or how was the actual request made on that? Can somebody tell us?
To the council member through the chair, I may defer to council member Spencer for some background, as it started before I joined the city.
Yeah. Yes. She
Thank
could
you,
enlighten
Councilman
us.
Valensic and Madam Chair. Yes. Okay, well, the upshot is that this has literally been years in the making. It has been a very long process.
Okay. Like everything around here. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's also because of ODOT. So when I joined council 5 years ago, there were calls to reduce the speed limit on Lake Avenue, and I've been working on it ever since. There was, as we mentioned, some road diet, some changes to the actual design of Lake Avenue. And then it had to be tested and retested. You can't just lower the speed limit for this typology of street. You have to submit studies to ODOT. And what really ended up clinching this for us was Lakewood got there first.
Okay.
And so they had their stretch of Lake Avenue done, and it only stands to reason that ours should follow.
Okay.
So it just, it is really data-based, and ODOT will not arbitrarily reduce the speed, and the city has to produce the data, is my understanding, and the studies, if that's helpful.
Okay. That's, yeah, right. I appreciate that explanation. I can understand now if Lakewood did it, the progression right to the west of, to the east, to have Lake Avenue, Cleveland. So in Lakewood right now, it's 30 miles an hour?
To the council member through the chair, correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
so it's
30.
just, so it's that continuity. Okay, I have a better understanding then. It's just, I think one of the frustration levels we all have here at the table, it seems like every meeting I'm at, I hear about requests for traffic enforcement. People are going too fast. People are going through the stop signs. They're going through the traffic signal. They're speeding through school zones. I hear it all at every meeting I go to, just not only in my own neighborhood, but across the city as well, the concerns about traffic enforcement, traffic calming steps that we can take. At speed tables, which is another major request of members of council, which again comes out of our resurfacing budget. And I'm hoping as we go forward that the city, and I've encouraged the city, and will continue as streets are resurfaced, speed tables should automatically be installed within a certain distance. If it's long streets, then speed tables should automatically be installed unless there's great opposition from the residents or the council person. I think we just got to come up with a better approach for traffic calming in the city, because it is of great concern, believe me. I tell my own kids when the light changes, don't automatically go. Just wait. Drive defensively in the city because of what we're seeing all over. So again, I'm hoping the action, and I want to commend my colleague, Jenny Spencer, for working with Lakewood on this. And again, as she indicated, it takes so doggone long to get anything done around here. But we need to figure out where we can do more traffic calming measures and devices, because that's a big concern, great concern in our city. So thank you very much, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you. Councilman Slife?
Thank you, and just a little more background information for our colleagues, and again, kind of pointing the finger at our friends in Columbus. Speed limits are set by Ohio Revised Code, and the process that cities have to go through in order to change speed limits on local roads is pretty complex, pretty costly, and it can actually backfire. So the whole system's set up around making cars go faster. So if it had been the case where people were going 45 down this stretch of Lake Avenue, it's very possible that the state could have come back and said, we disagree with you reducing the speed limit because people are going fast when we're trying to slow traffic down and save lives, right? And actually in Avon, they went through a process of trying to expand a 25-mile-an-hour zone, and the state's process required them to get rid of the 25-mile-an-hour zone altogether. So there is if you're interested in learning more about it, there is a coalition that I'm involved with as I can around the state, trying to get changes made to state law to allow more local discretion around setting speed limits. Frankly, I worry that it's hitting some stumbling blocks because it's seen as an urban issue, and in our anti-urban legislature, they don't want to do anything that's going to help people in cities. But I do think that it's not to me a urban or rural, a left or right. It's about local control versus state authority. We know best what's right for our streets, but the system we have to go through right now is very difficult, and it's very frustrating when residents find out, Councilman Polensek, for example, that you don't have the ability just to change the speed limit on Lakeshore Boulevard, that you have to go through this elaborate process. It's not intuitive for people, and it's just another example how our state's not helping us. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Spencer, we'll close with you.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Just everything Councilman Slife just said is absolutely true. Glad we are finally here after years of effort. Glad we now have Cameron in place to facilitate further traffic calming citywide, and I thank my colleagues for their support. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Resolution number 1097-2025. Approve with no objections. Here, please sign. Okay. And Councilwoman Spencer, you're hot today. Ordinance number 1307-2025, an emergency ordinance changing the name of Herman Park, located at Hermans Avenue and West 59th Street, to Judge Raymond Pianca Park upon completion of Herman Park renovations and site improvements.
We don't have that in front of us.
Okay.
I can speak to it.
Okay, please do. Thank you.
Do you want to see it?
Thank you. Okay. Okay.
Okay, yes, Councilwoman Spencer. And I would love to be added. Councilman Bishop, you heard this in your committee today?
Yes, Madam Chair, we heard that piece in municipal service and fully recommended for passage.
I would love to be added. I mean, that's, yeah, if that's possible. Okay, that's where I was born, and I remember Herman's Park very well. They used to give us, now, in the area, not in the park. Probably make it a park. Do you want to speak about it? Okay, good.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for the opportunity to share a few words about this piece. I very much appreciated MS&P Committee this morning, the support there. This is a bit of an unusual piece of legislation because it expresses the desire and commitment for a park renaming, but the actual renaming will not go into place until park improvements are fully funded. And there is not a current timeline. It is not currently on the capital program. So I have kind of put some initial steps into place to fund the park, and then would be handing it off to my successor to hopefully bring additional resources to bear to redevelop the park, improve the park. So rather than just doing a simple renaming with the park in its current condition, this legislation calls for the renaming to go into place once park updates are complete. So, but I just ask my colleagues for the support, and I think we all understand that the impact that Judge Raymond L. Pianka had on this community and his legacy.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. To my honorable colleague, Jenny Spencer, I wonder if you would have any objection if I'd like to have my name added. I'm sure a lot of my colleagues would as well. Judge, you hit it on the head. Judge Ray Pianka was an outstanding member of the court, and I miss him greatly. I miss him greatly, and did a wonderful job for us in housing court. And I would just ask humbly and respectfully if I could be added to that. Thank you.
Yeah. People love him in that area.
Absolutely. Please, Councilman Polensek, I'd love that, and any member who wishes to be added. I mean, those of us in Ward 15, all of us benefited from Judge Pianka's work citywide. Those of us in Ward 15 remember his encyclopedic knowledge of our neighborhood and his walks, his daily walks around the community.
That's right.
And so this park absolutely was near and dear to his heart. And this has really been a long-held dream to further recognize his impact through a dedication like this. So thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any objections of council members being added to this piece? Do we all want to be added? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Ordinance number 1307-2025 without objection is approved. Please sign on. Public health.
We have a couple
Oh,
more.
what do you have?
We have
Which one?
1096 and we have 1072.
Hold on. Sorry, Director. Okay, what do you have?
1096, 1072.
Okay, I have 1072. I don't see 1096. Oh, I went to DPS. Okay, there we go. Okay. So we have ordinance number 1072-2025 by Council Members Bishop and Griffin, an emergency ordinance to amend the fourth whereas clause and section 1, 3, and 4 of ordinance number 549-2025 passed June 2nd, 2025, relating to an amendment to a contract with the Osborne Engineering Company to provide additional services relating to the North Coast Connector project, also known as Lakefront Pedestrian Bridge Connector. Okay, so we do have an amendment.
Madam Chair,
Councilmember.
I would offer an amendment to 1072-2025. In Section 1, as amended, Section 4, strike lines 3 and 4 in their entirety and insert not exceed $5 million and shall be paid from fund or funds to, and beginning in line 7, strike cash matches and cash contributions accepted and appropriated under ordinance 683, 2021 as amended.
Do I have a second? Second.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Any questions? No? Okay, all in favor? Say
Aye.
Any objections? No? Okay. Oh, hold on, I have to read it. And ordinance number 1072-2025 is no objection, and pass as amended. Thank you. Okay, here's that one. I still don't understand. Okay. Director?
Wait a minute, don't go away.
Okay. Oh, you have a miscellaneous?
Just for, Director, excuse me, Mr. Switalski, just briefly, on the grinding of sidewalks, you grind over, is it over 3 inches you will not grind?
To the chair, to the councilman, the program is anything 2 inches and under.
2 inches and under?
Yes, sir.
Over that, what is the protocol?
Over that, the grinding program is actually part of the tree damage sidewalk
Right.
program. It's one of the tools in the toolbox.
Okay.
Anything over 2 inches is a traditional tree damage sidewalk. We'll remove panels,
Okay.
grind the roots,
Thank
possibly
you.
take down the tree, then
Thank
put
you.
down new concrete.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Okay. Sorry, okay. So we're good? Okay.
Yep.
Director? Okay. Ordinance number 1370-2025 by council members Conwell and Griffin, emergency ordinance to amend section 7 of ordinance number 589-2024, passed May 20th, 2024, to change the name of Go Beyond Inc. to Go Beyond LLC.
Where's this fire?
Thank you to the council. So just changing INC Incorporated to LLC so that we can enter into contract with our database program for our Moms First program
Oh, okay.
for your consideration.
It's the Moms First program? Okay. Any questions? No? Ordinance number 1370-2025, approved without no objection. Please sign. This is like a walk-on piece.
Did you get my letter about?
Okay, I know.
You gotta believe the mold
Come
that
on
was
up,
built.
Director.
The
We
mold
should
that
do,
was
you know, we
built.
should surprise him one day.
Okay.
Every Monday, he's sitting in the back. He's the last one every Monday.
I enjoy listening.
Yeah.
And learning.
Get you out.
Some days.
Okay. Yeah, another walk, okay. Ordinance number 1374-2025 by Council Griffin, an emergency ordinance approving the collective bargaining agreement with the Cleveland Building and Construction Trades Council, CBCTC, and to amend Section 48 of ordinance number 194-2021, passed March 29, 2021, as amended, relating to the salaries for various classifications. Director?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman and Council. Yes, this is to ratify the contract between the City of Cleveland and the CBCTC. Just one matter of note, the hourly rates that are associated with the pay band changes are encompass 80% of what the prevailing wage is that is agreed to between the CBCTC and the trades unions. That's one thing we actually do not negotiate. We assume the rates, 80% of the rates that they negotiate. We did negotiate various contract articles with some minor changes, but other than that, it's fairly standard, but it's certainly happy to answer any questions that anybody has.
Councilman Casey?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Madam Chairwoman, to the Director, this is only for work that is done by them within the city of Cleveland, correct? Or for the city of Cleveland?
Correct. Through the chairwoman to the councilman, that is correct. It's for our work here at the city of Cleveland.
Right, so these are members of the union who are working on city-owned facilities or doing work for the city of Cleveland, correct?
Through the chairwoman to the councilman, they actually are city employees.
All right, Madam Chairwoman, to the Director, do any of our city employees do work outside the city of Cleveland that we pay them for?
They do not.
Okay, I'm just...
Sorry.
Okay.
I thought I got where you were going, but I must not have.
All right, so we have no city employees by the, what is this, the building trades, that are doing work outside the city of Cleveland but getting paid from the city of Cleveland, correct?
That is correct.
All right, thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you. Any other questions? Any questions? Okay. Ordinance number 1374-2025. No objection has been approved. Please sign on. I was looking for a council piece. Ines, did you take the council
Thank you.
piece? Thank you, Director.
There is,
No?
I don't know where the sign-up sheet is on here.
I saw a council piece in here,
There's no
but maybe...
sign-up, there's no, oh, I don't see it.
No? Oh, it was that one. Oh, okay, never mind, okay. So I do want to say, so, yeah,
Okay.
we're done with our ordinance, but Councilwoman House Jones wanted to discuss the SNAP. And so I thought we would just open it up for miscellaneous briefly.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. So hopefully everybody is aware that SNAP will not be, SNAP beneficiaries will not be receiving SNAP benefits beginning this upcoming Saturday, which is a tune of $38 million lost to Cuyahoga County, and really just ensuring that we are sharing the information to residents about where they can go to be coordinated. The easiest thing I would say at this moment is to call 211, which they are working to ensure that the information in the system is accurate and up to date. And so if there are changes that you know of any food banks that may have closed, things of that nature, please communicate that so that we can, in this difficult time, communicate updated information to community members. And if there are, on the other side, if there are businesses, entities that are willing to actually contribute food so that we can expand our city's capacity to connect people to resources. This is also in light of our local federal workers who, again, are now in week four of not getting a paycheck, but still being required to go to work. And I literally just had a resident who is a federal worker who asked where they can get food. So we just have to do a level of communication during these very tough times. And like I said, I know, thanks everybody for signing on to the letters that will be going out to the governor and our state delegation as well as federal delegation to hopefully compel people to make the necessary investments through the USDA and hopefully here in the state of Ohio through allowing the controlling board to actually fund some of our food banks to expand their capacity to get resources. So,
And thank you for leading that, because I know that
Yeah,
you're the one
you're
that
welcome.
requested the resolution.
Right.
Thank you for that, Councilman Polensek.
Thank you to Madam Chairperson. I'm going to, again, thank my colleague and to the viewing public. And I just want to say, I really want to thank the Greater Cleveland Food Bank for what they're attempting to do and have been doing. Their funding has been cut. They've been negatively affected by decisions made in Washington and in Columbus. And again, I just want to say publicly, I appreciate everything they're doing to help families that are approaching them more than ever before, including federal workers. That's the other thing. Federal workers are going to the food bank for the first time. Think about that. In America, federal employees are seeking assistance out of the food bank because they're not being paid. What an outrageous and disgusting situation we find ourselves in today in this city, in this country. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Any other comments? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. The committee meeting is adjourned at the call of the chair. Next committee meeting will be November 10th. Thank you. Yeah.